All right, guys, we got some BCA 10 ball action. This is Eddie versus PDN, part 2. Eddie breaks, makes balls. Looks like the 6 and the 8 are gone. Really tough to go around the table at that angle to get up. I mean, you're running into traffic if you go make it that far. If you make it further, you're running into traffic up here. It's just really hard to get there at that angle. Might try to spin it a lot more, try to reach it up here with a bunch of spin and try to bring it back this way. He miscues trying to get close to the 10 ball. He was trying to hit over here and just spin it over, and he miscued. He would have spun it too much anyway. If he got around the 10, I think he's spinning that back out into this part of the table again. This is the first video with the new camera on the channel. Hope you guys like it. You guys can really see how dirty this table is now, though. This is ew. Didn't draw that back as far as I wanted to draw it back to about here in front of the side pocket so I could just shoot the 4 and leave the cue ball over here for the 5. Instead, I ended up having to punch it over, which is unfortunate because the 7 doesn't pass the 9. I really wanted to be here. I can't get there from this angle, so I'm going to play a bank shape. Try to get the cue ball back here a little bit. I call this pocket. This is one of those shots where you want to miss long. You want to miss on, if you miss long, so you can bring the ball over here to the middle of the rail. If you miss short, you just bring it over here, and I'm leaving him a shot. He's going to try to bank this 7 across, which is the point again. All right, got the 7 in, run into the 10. You know, looking at this shot right now, I think what I'm trying to do is play the 9 here and run the cue ball this way. I really should be playing the 9 here because the cue ball going this way runs along this shot line here. And this way, see, if I go that way, I'm going to end up with a cue ball on this part of the table. A cue ball on this part of the table is way better for shooting the 10 than a cue ball is on this part of the table for shooting the 10, but I don't know. All right, PDN wins 1-0. On to the next rack.
You love the game, now wear it. Whether you're running racks or just running your mouth, we've got the gear for you. Like this, Railbird. Perfect for the ones who watch every shot and probably know your next miss before you do. Check out all the latest pool-inspired tees and more at pdnshop.fourthwall.com. Look good, play good, or at least look good. Now until the end of April, use code JustinSucks to get 10% off your entire order.
And PDN to break rack 2. Four balls gonna go 2. Yep, 2 balls on the break. Looks like the 2 and the 4 are gone. And not see the 1. Right now I'm just looking at that 3, seeing where the 3 goes. What I have to do as far as plan. If the 3 is makeable, and it looks like it's got about a half a pocket. And then I'm gonna push out to jump shape. So I call a push. Now the way a push works is that you just hit the cue ball, you don't have to hit anything else, and your opponent can decide if he wants to either take the shot or make you do it. So I just pushed into a jump shot, knowing that I can take it and try to draw my cue ball out here. Quite get the spin on it. I have a tough time drawing on this table anyway, so would have worked. Could have gotten another 2 feet out of it. Being right here would have been great. As it is right now, I'm taking a really off angle at a 3 that has half a pocket. I'm thinking if I'm gonna miss, I want to miss here so I can leave the 3 here. And I kind of drive it into it, but for whatever reason, it hits this point and comes up. I always have issues with these pockets. If you remember this table from the last time I played Eddie, this pocket's pretty tough, as is this pocket here. I might have let some of that get into my head on that shot. I think it gets into Eddie's head too. Well, that and he's running this particular establishment while we're playing. He says, so far I'm the only opponent he's had in this league where he's been stuck having to run the bar both times. Either the bartender is late or somebody called in the kitchen and he's having to set up food orders, or he's having to end the bar. Nice little scratch there. Pretty bad shot. So yeah, the runtime on this particular video is 1.5 hours, but I'm sure I'm going to be able to cut out like 45 minutes of it because I spent a lot of time waiting for him to handle an order and stuff like that. Great shot here. He's going to run a little bit too far. He actually wanted to stop right about here. That would have been great. Still, you can play this with a lot of high inside. Run your cue ball here and try to come straight up this way. Now, because this is the 10-ball league and I'm kind of just taking a relaxed whatever approach, I line up the 6 off the 7 right now. I'm just trying to play the 6 into the 7 and into the corner. There's safeties I could shoot, but we're just going a little aggressive because it's kind of the fun league for me. I think if the 7 doesn't come back and catch it, I think I'm just a hair off. If I can sneak it just a little bit thinner, I can sneak past that 7 and get in there. But I don't leave him anything, so it's okay. Just like on this shot here, I can shoot a safety, I can thin it on this side, really thin, catch this part of the rail, and bring the cue ball up here. The 6 will be trapped with the 7 over here, and if I can get up on the other side of the 9 anywhere over here, I can do it. But instead, man, that's getting really bright. But instead, I just decide I'm gonna 2-rail kick at it and try to send the 7 this way. Working out the settings on this camera. I've shot a few matches with it. Way clear compared to the other one. I'm enjoying the look of it. He called this pocket up here. Should have banked it. In 10-ball, you have to call your pocket. Now, because it went into another pocket, I have the option to give him back the ball, but since the 7 is hung and I can roll straight to the 8, I'm not giving it back to him. And this here, we can just punch this out, try to get in the middle of the table for the 9. I don't want to be straight in because I don't trust the draw on this table. If I was playing on a table with Simonis, I would probably try to get straight in and then just, you know, draw it back over here. But instead, I'm going to just try to juice this into the rail up here. Got the 10 ball for the win. All right, 2-0 on to rack 3. All right, Eddie to break rack 3. It is alternating break, rack your own. Eddie is the Eddie is the home team. So he's going to be breaking all of the odd number racks, and I'll be breaking all of the even number racks. This is rack 3, and the 2-ball looks awful. Even with ball in hand, I hate this 2-ball. So I've looked at it a bunch, and I've decided I want the cue ball over here somewhere to try to punch the 2 out and either leave the cue ball behind the 4 or behind the 3. I end up in a spot that's not great. Probably could have just punched this and put the cue ball behind the 3 looking at this now, but I think I remember I actually tried to push forward. See, I'm looking at the 4-ball now because I know if I hit this this direction, I'm gonna run into the 4, and the 4 might go in. If I miss the 2-ball and make the 4 and hook myself, then he can make me shoot at it again, which I don't want. So I think I let that 4-ball get into my head on this one. Tried to push the cue ball up behind the 7. Would have been great, but I just was too worried about making that 4-ball. I should have just committed to the shot and put a little bit more top on it. 4-ball wasn't going in, and if I can get the cue ball anywhere over here, I'm doing fine. So didn't have that far to go, but I'm leaving him a straight in shot. Right. Looks like he's going to try to draw this back. Gets it stuck in the rail. Ends up in a good spot though. Didn't get hooked behind the 7. Now, I like this shot here because you can play your 4-ball this direction, and the cue ball actually comes off the 8 naturally and rolls this way. So you can punch it with a little bit of stun if you want and kind of bring it closer to the side, but yeah, such a great angle to know what it's going to do and look for stuff like that when you're playing. This isn't great right here. He's going to be out of position for this. Yeah, he was thinking about it too. He was thinking about trying to whip the cue ball up the table. 5 a little thin, ended up scratching. If he hits it a little thicker, I think he hits over here and his cue ball's going this way. Still not in the best spot, but if he ends up with a cue ball around here, he can make something happen. I think I'm just gonna fire this into the 10 ball, try to move the 10 just a little bit. I'm just practicing aiming at something right now, seeing how I do. Hit a little bit on the outside, not bad. I mean, could have been a lot worse, you know. I could have hit it really thin and left the 10 right here. Gonna cut this and hit the 7 ball. Didn't mean to make the 7 ball. Just wanted to cut it and try to punch the 7 off the rail. I've got an 8 ball. Again, this is another one of those you want to watch what side you miss this on. So if I miss this long, I'm catching the 10 ball and I'm leaving it. I might leave it in a makeable spot. I think I actually want to miss that one on the inside for this one and leave the cue ball or leave the 8 ball closer to the short rail. Still left. I got really fortunate and left them a tough one. So I need to give myself a little bit of an angle on this 9 ball, so I don't move it too far. The reason you want to leave an angle on this shot is because you're shooting the ball this way. Your cue ball natural roll is this way, so I just want to leave myself a bit of an angle so I can take advantage of the natural roll of cue ball. you have less angle on that shot, your cue ball is likely to trail forward. So there we go. PDN is up 3-0 on to rack 4. PDN to break. All right, PDN to break. Doesn't look like anything went in. So he can see the 1. I don't know if he can make it the 1 from there, but he can definitely see it. Nope. All right, so with this particular shot, the 3 ball is way up here. I want to shoot the 2 ball in this direction, so I'm going to try to hit it that way. Just bump into it and send it up. I didn't hit it bad enough. I hit it pretty thin. If I hit that a little thicker, I've got a cue ball here and I've got a 2 ball here, and then I'm just running up to about this spot to make this 3. Further wouldn't be bad. We get fortunate with our kiss off the 10 ball, but I think the 5 is still in the way. We kick at the 3 ball. Try to send the cue ball at the table. I stop for a second to try to figure out where I want the cue ball to be. So if I can hit this 3 ball thin, if I can just hit it really thin, I can send the 3 this way and I can get the cue ball up here somewhere, try to hide it behind the 10. That's why I pointed over there. I hit it a little fatter than I wanted to. I think I'm gonna end up leaving him a shot. It would have been nice if I could have rolled it up here, but it's not what the plan was anyway. Ready has to rush another shot. I call the bank. I don't have to. I could have played safe here. I've got a lot of room to hide a cue ball back here. But I think I thought about that. Like, I knew I was going to run into traffic anyway. There was a good possibility if I missed, I'd leave him hooked anyway, which I did. But I didn't have to do that. I could have just I could have gently rolled over to here and left a 3 ball over here by just rubbing it. It's okay. But he's got a kick shot on this 3 ball. He's contact twice. Like I said, my decision on this day was to play a little bit aggressively and just practice some aggressive shots. So I am actually looking at caromming the 3 off the 6. So we're gonna go big carom shot. Almost got it. Made the 6 ball. Fortunately, he's going to be able to see the 3 ball, so he's going to shoot at it. I think he's calling the side pocket. Or he changed his mind. Oh, called the side pocket. He's going to run into the 9 ball. Really hard to get around traffic. Again, he's not looking at the big picture as far as, like, even if he makes it around the 9, I mean, this gets in your way. There's a lot of traffic there. Ends up having to kick at the 4 ball at an awkward angle. If he had sent that 3 ball this way, he could have put a little bit of top and some right spin and held the cue ball back, you know, over here, anywhere where he can at least see the 4 ball and make something happen. Or he could have shot a safety and put the 3 over here and put the cue ball over here, you know. Again, try to draw a ball back to in front of the side pocket and just can't quite get the draw on this table right. Was thinking a lot about the 8 ball on that one, like how hard do I have to hit this to get the 8 ball to come back out where it is, and took a little bit of the 7 out of my thought process on that one. Always important to keep the shot ball to focus, not make mistakes like that. Just misses with the 9 ball. He's going to leave me hung up in front of the pocket too. We're just going to aim at the middle of the table for this one. Just kind of run the cue ball in a spot like this. Try to get it out here. If we get out near the middle of the table, we can make the 10 ball. We overrun it just a little bit, but it's still a makeable 10 ball. Nothing fancy. All right, 10 ball is down. We are up 4-0. On to the next one. All right, Eddie to break rack 5. Four ball. Just enough of that 7 ball to make this 1 ball not good. You see me lean over there and look at it. I was thinking, man, did you get hooked again? Sure enough. We were both running bad on the break. He ends up shooting a really, really nice safety here. I'm going to take a 2-rail kick at this one because I want to come at it to make sure that the 1 goes this way and hold it behind the 5 if I can. I just want to thin this 1 with a 2-railer. I end up hitting it fat. Got lucky. I thin that 1 into the rail and catch the back of the 5. The cue ball comes out this way. We've got a 5. I'm leaving him basically a similar safety to what he just left me. Except we've moved things around a little bit, made him a little bit more makeable. All right, Eddie's shooting at this one. I think he tries to cut this one in again. Oh, no. He tried to bank it over and back up safety. Little 2-way shot. Try to run that 1 back behind the 7. I didn't think I had the right line to do it anyway, but I figured I'd give it a go. If anything, I was going to create some separation. The 7 was at least going to slow down the cue ball and make it hard for him to be able to see what he was doing. Maybe get a mistake out of him, like a scratch or something, you know? I say it all the time. I mean, separation sometimes is a good enough safety. You don't have to get super fancy with your safeties when just putting a table between the 2 shots can be enough. Just gonna run this one forward a little bit, maybe a foot or 2. Go. Same thing, we want to run it. We want to leave an angle on this ball. We don't want to go really past this line here. So kind of just park on it. I've left myself enough room to bring the cue ball this way. So it looks like I draw spin past the 5. 3 ball hangs up. I stare at it in disbelief for a while. That pocket, man. I mean, I didn't hit it perfect, but should have gone in. Eddie's decided he's going to kick at this from the short rail across the table. Misses it by about a ball. So I've put my ball in hand on this side because I know that spinning the ball to over here is going to be a lot easier. So we're just aiming in front of this diamond, and we do. And yeah, it's definitely a bigger landing pad here than trying to go for the other pocket. And go. Again, me and draw on this table. I'm just trying to punch a little bit of draw into this ball, just a bit. And I think I decelerated through my shot and lost the draw. Ran it right into it. The plan was to draw it this way towards the 8 ball. We've got anywhere out here, and then it's just 7 ball. Play around for the 9, and we're out. So I've called the bank in the side. Need to draw this one out of the way. I draw it right into the side pocket and make the shot. So at least on that one, my mind was still on the shot. I was 100% thinking about the 7 ball. Just lost the cue ball a bit. Eddie shoots a nice shot there. I think he's got enough room to stun towards this part. He's going to be playing with the corner pocket if he does that. Looks like he's putting left on this ball, though. It didn't spin like it had any left on it, did it? All right, Eddie is on the board, 4-1. On to the next one. All right, PDN to break. Nothing again. 4 ball. I ended up hitting that 1 ball a little wrong and double kissing against it. I don't know how much of it I could see. I couldn't see enough of the left to actually cut it in the pocket, but I think I should have been able to get out of the way on that one. So, oh, almost makes that 6 ball. So we're going to put this in the side. Come around the 10 ball. I don't want to mess around with anything, but I think I end up getting stuck behind the 8. Yeah. To me, landing it here would have been a lot easier than trying to mess with any, like trying to slow roll it and hold it or whatnot. This seemed like the place to go over here, but I ran through it. Might be okay though. Yeah. Just got to bump this 10 ball. There we go. Play the carom into the 7 ball here. Oop. Only left him straight in, no big deal. Definitely making it harder than he needs to, huh? He's moved that cue ball a lot. Now he's going away from the 6 ball that he needs to be. Needs to be over here for the 6 ball, and he's running up the table. If that 5 goes in, he doesn't have anywhere to go with the 6. You hit it anywhere on this side of the ball, you're going to scratch. So, gotta slow it down, Eddie. All right, I'll put him in a good spot. Get him back in the game. Got a pretty easy one here on this 5. I have too much to worry about. It's going to settle up right near this spot anyway. Nice and easy on this. There you go. That's good speed. I know he was worried about it. You could tell him turning his shoulder over and everything. He was definitely worried that he hit that poorly, but it was a good shot. And this one right at that 8. Gets a fortunate little roll there. Good shot. Again, long 9 ball, but he's gonna be okay with this one. He's got a shot in the side pocket, and he's got a little bit of confidence after making that last one. So there you go, Eddie. 2 points now. He's got 2 to go. I got 3 to go. He just took the lead from me. So here we go. On to the next one. All right, Eddie to break. 4 ball in the side. Looks like he's going to be able to see the 1 ball. Hey, what do you know? Calls the one on the side. Doesn't aim at it, just shoots. I like it. He's feeling it. Problem is shooting into traffic. And there's a rack on the table that he's running across, so be careful. Just misses that one. I don't remember if I try to use the rail to hold this one or not. I know I can shoot this 3 from over here, so if I put a little bit of inside spin and just use that rail to hold the cue ball in a spot where I can actually see the 3. And run this into the 5 if we want. I miss it, but it's okay. Draw it back. Don't let the 8 ball get in the way. Perfect. 6 ball is all the way up here, so we're probably going to have to run this over. Don't want to hit this one too hard, though. This table's fast, so I've got to keep that's way too hard. All right, we hit the 7. That was going to be on that shot, I wanted to thin it, and I wanted to take her around the table and come this way. For either shape on the 7 or a no look on the 6. I want to keep the ball over here if the 6 is going to be over here, so he doesn't have a good look at it. I catch that stupid point and come back and... He misses the 7 ball. The 8 ball's not in the greatest spot. I think on this one I try to bank it and play shape on the 8. Can't remember what I do. I think on this one I try to run the bank. Yeah, I bank it and I try to run it up so I can get on the 8 ball. That one was a bit of more shape than shot, but it was okay because I miss a lot of good misses on that shot, if you know what I mean. So we had a decent miss out of it. He's got a tough one here. He's either going to run this a long way while shooting awkwardly over a 9 ball, or he's going to try to bank this. And if he gets lucky with the bank, he's not going to have a lot of looks at his 8. So he goes for the bank. Doesn't have a whole lot, so it kind of works out. Don't know which way I sent this one. Oh, that's right, I miscued. That's why I don't remember that shot, because nothing happened. Dug right into it and went and sat in my chair and cried. He kind of rushes this one. Here's a great spot for this 8 ball. Leaves me a pretty good looking out. I waste no time. I jump right on this one. We're just going to like stun draw this one over towards the long rail. Try to get it somewhere near the side, but not in the side was what I was going for. It went a little further backwards than I thought it would, but that's okay. We can draw this one a little bit of bottom right here, just a bit. And let's make this 10 ball. Get to 5. All right, it's a 2-2 race. On to rack 8. All right, PDN breaking. Lost the cue ball. 3 balls gone, 6 ball gone. 1 ball is gonna get hidden. All right, so this is that same shot I should be trying, but I think I try to kick combo the 8 into the side. Yeah. It was, if I get behind it right, it's gonna go in that direction. May as well just call it, just for the sake of calling it. I don't think I feel like Eddie's going to run out right now because he's pretty distracted by the bar situation. So we just took an aggressive one. But what I was going to say was that would have been a really good time to practice that two rail kick safety where I catch the outside of it, push it behind the 8, and get the cue ball over here somewhere where he can't see anything, you know. Would have been a good time to practice that. Instead, we tried to practice fancy shooting the 8 ball. Right, so I think I called the 7 in the corner. Yeah. But instantly rewarded. This one here, I tried to Z-shot this one with some left. Well, the thing is, I want to spin this way, and I know it's going to stabilize, but it slides off of this rail and then just goes in a straight line like this. It's so bad. I just never been on this rail over here. And I hit it really fast, so probably why. Combination of things, you know, sometimes when you hit a ball really fast, the speed doesn't allow the English to kick in on the rail. All right, Eddie takes his ball in hand, goes for the 2 ball, over hits this one. Anywhere out here, bud. It's good shape though. I mean, if he makes this one, he's a natural for the 5. Yeah. A little bit of left spin would have helped him there, but he's still got a good line. Again, just go out towards the middle. That you want to use all of these rails and then try to get out into the middle of the table like we do, you know. The middle of the table is great. Now he's got a full long shot on this 9 ball, and this table is not friendly to these. What I'm looking at right now is trying to figure out a way to get my cue ball back over here. Yep, played the shape great, just missed the 9 ball. Oh well. Good thing he's good at side pocket shots because he overruns this ball quite a bit. All right, Eddie is on the hill. On to the next one. Rack 9, Eddie to break. Ooh, well scratched. Nothing going, leaving me a look at the 9. The 1 ball, the 2-9 is lying okay if I need it. There we go. Finally got some of that draw to work. Overdrew it. Take a little bit of overdraw though. Very, very fortunate roll for me here. Missed the 2, drew it into the 6, held the cue ball in a good spot for me to get lucky. So it looks like Eddie's gonna have to kick at this 2 ball. He catches it pretty full, and yeah. Doesn't leave me a whole lot. Got a cue ball stuck to a short rail with a full table shot. I've got to make this and convince the cue ball to come back up the table without colliding in anything for the 3. A little bit of high left spin here. Go. That was a little bit inside. I think I wanted to play this around. I don't ever play these short, but it really looks like I was playing for this shape here to just tap in the 4 and hold for the 5. That's really not what I normally go for. I mean, it worked out in this instance, but I don't think it was the right shot. I think playing around the 4 and then playing the 4 this way and coming out for the 5 out here is the better shot. I thought I was drawing that into the rail. I thought that one was going to come back and come out. I can't figure out what these tables are doing. Exhibit A. Exhibit S or something at this point. So we've got room to get back behind this 9. So we're going to send the 8 ball back up the table and try to spin the whatever out of this cue ball. Get really fortunate with the leave. The plan was get the cue ball over here and leave the 8 ball way over here, but didn't think the 10 ball was going to come for the ride and get in the way. He ends up making this one. This is an easy shot. You just cut this one in, roll this with a little bit of right. Just feather in that 9 ball with a little bit of right. I mean, you're going right at where you need to be for this 10 ball. Feather it in, man. Don't smash it with draw. I get lucky. He leaves me a pretty simple out. I'm gonna draw this one across the table. All right, PDN is on the hill. Hill match on to the last rack. This is rack 10, PDN breaking. Nine ball is gone. 2 ball saves me for a look on the 1. All right. So what I'm trying to do on this one, I just went and looked. I'm trying to hit up here. I want to make the 1 ball here with a bunch of inside. I slide the ball. I end up hitting past the side pocket, but I might get good, or I can at least see some of it. I can see enough, and these balls are dirty enough that I can throw this one. So we're just going to try to put a little bit of spin on this ball and throw that 2 ball. So you can see how much spin over I had on that one. Basically all I did was I could see about 90% of the ball, and I needed a whole ball to put it in. So I put a bunch of left spin on the ball so that I could, so when I hit it over here on the little bit that I could see, I could spin it that way just a bit, just a little bit of throw from the contact with the cue ball. And it straightened it out for me. Got it to go into the corner pocket. Problem was, it got me really close to the 3 ball, and meh. Now, I've got a pretty good safety here. I just need to hit this part of the, yeah, you can see I'm lining it up. 3 ball into this part of the 4. I can leave the 3 here and leave the 4 here and send the cue ball up the table. I just got to avoid the scratch. And there we go. Ball's trying to scratch. Eddie doesn't have much with this 3 ball. I think he's going to try to cross it. He ends up leaving me hooked behind the 5. Which I know I'm going to try to cross. And put a little bit of right spin on this one. Maybe collide with the 5, maybe not. Yep. we brush the 8-ball and make it in. Really fortunate. And the collision with the 5 helps get us on the 4. I can stun this directly across the table. Missed the 4-ball though. Played it okay, just missed the shot. Eight-ball bails me out. He very quickly goes for the kick on the 5. Just giving myself a bit of an angle so I can run the ball in this direction. And it tails out a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. Draw this back and spin it. And not spin it. So I'm holding this out of the rail right here. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I need to hit this in order to get the cue ball to this part of the table. So I try to go up the table. Bad shot all around. I don't know. I mean, if I make that, I still think I'm pretty close to scratching. I wasn't that far off the shot, so pretty terrible. Looks like he runs this one forward. He left the ball straight in though, so he's never getting his cue ball off the rail all the way. You want to give yourself a little bit of an angle so you can get that cue ball off the rail. He makes a good shot. He's really good at side pocket shots, so not a problem. But now he's got a really, really tough shot. Me, I'm cutting this 10 ball. I'm cutting it with a bunch of right. I'm just gonna throw it in. Basically I'm aiming here, like on this part of the pocket, but with a bunch of right spin, so it ends up going over here. And then my cue ball is cutting back towards this bit and just playing it back towards the bottom of the table. He goes for the bank shot instead. Good news for him, he leaves me on the long rail. All right. Yep, adjust. Make sure everything's good. This is tough queuing. Should be okay though. And there we go. PDN wins this one. Hill match. Pretty close. Always a good match with Eddie. How did you guys like the new camera? It's pretty clear, huh? I'm enjoying it. If you like the match, please hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out the channel greatly. We are almost at 1,000 subs. This is ridiculous. I'm enjoying it though. And yeah, good to see a lot of you guys in the comments, a lot of my regulars and whatnot. Most of you. It's fun to read your comments. I don't know what I'm recording next. This one's actually, I'm going to go ahead and edit this one and put it out tonight. It's Friday. So I'm going to try to get this one done and then get back on my regular schedule over the weekend. I've got a few that are scored up and ready to go. Just had to get this studio down, and I still got to get rid of some echo. If I look up and talk in that direction, I can hear myself in the corner of the room. So I'm going to have to put up some traps or something. But yeah, we'll see. Wish me luck. I'll see you guys in the next one.